Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are discussing Module 2 of the Fashion Styling Foundations course by Yellowbrick and FIT. It is the Elements of Personal Styling. If you are just joining, I'm looking at the wrong side of the camera. If you are just joining these videos or just finding them, I am currently enrolled in 3 Yellowbrick classes. The first one I am taking is the Fashion Styling Foundations course. And then eventually I will be taking the e-commerce and product design courses, but we will get to that later. Right now I'm doing videos module by module and telling you guys about it, reviewing it, and just talking about what to kind of expect for the courses. Again, if you are interested in any of these courses, everything will be linked in the description box below. Let's get into it. Module 2, Elements of Personal Styling. It's interesting because in Module 1, I really liked the fashion, like the history of styling the most. But this one, I thoroughly enjoyed it because I think Module 2 is really jam-packed with information on personal styling. Like, okay, this is actually what the industry is like now. This is what you should be considering for when you're looking for clients. This is how to really establish a relationship with clients, how to make them comfortable, and basically just be prepared for anything. Or the assignment at the end of lesson 2 was to pick a client, it could be anybody, and come up with a few looks for them, explain, basically pretend like you're pitching yourself to a potential client, right? So creating some sample looks, discuss budget, what the overall vision is for the client, etc., etc. But going back into the elements of personal styling, talked a lot about colors, which I think is really interesting. They talk a lot about like the color wheel and how to flatter certain body types, really establishing a relationship with your client so that way they feel the most comfortable with you to talk about, okay, like what do you want to see? What's your goal? Like really just getting to know your client, taking a look in their closet, kind of going through things, being very understanding if they have like an emotional attachment to certain pieces of clothing, how in-depth they went on colors with people. I think one of the biggest things for this lesson that they always talk about even has me reconsidering my own style for like fast fashion and whatnot. Not shopping fast fashion because it's like you almost end up spending more money because you're shopping more frequently because fast fashion clothes don't last as long. And if you shop less but invest more in certain pieces, so you spend more on a single item rather than spending the same amount on a bunch of items, like that one pair of jeans that's from a really reliable company or brand is going to end up lasting you than those like 5 shirts or 10 shirts that you bought for the same price. So also just kind of sustainability. It has me rethinking my shopping choices. Obviously for me as a stay-at-home mom, it's hard to invest in certain pieces, but at the same time, it's like, well, if I look back at my shopping history, I probably just bought a bunch of clothes for, again, like the same price. I could have invested in something else. So I really liked that. I liked the color wheel. I liked how much they stressed to be really empathetic and understanding and really listen to your client, because they always recommend like a consultation with the client to make sure that you guys are a good fit and that you could actually help that potential client out the most. And I think it's cool because I think a lot of the times if you're really seeking personal styling help, I think everybody has insecurities, right? I mean, you can't, that's just the reality of it. But I really like how they don't want to be like your best friend, but they want to be understanding. Like, you know, sometimes people are really self-conscious of their hips or their thighs or like their belly or maybe their arms. And a client might confide in you about those insecurities, and you shouldn't necessarily point those things out. If you pick out an outfit for them that looks really good, you can always say, like if they're self-conscious about their arms or shoulders or like their hips or something, you could say your hips look really great in this, or your shoulders look really nice in this, to paint a new light on those insecurities. So that way they feel more comfortable, more confident, because confidence is key. At the end of the day, if you're not, it doesn't matter what you're wearing, if you're not gonna be proud or comfortable what you're in, it's the same thing as not wearing something that you are comfortable in, if that makes sense. A lot of talk about color. I'm just looking at my notes in here. Establishing a relationship with the client, really listening to the client and what they want to do, different body types, how to flatter them, how to shop if you are hired on as a personal client or as a personal stylist. I've only taken 2 modules so far out of the 5 modules, but this one was probably the best one so far because this was actually very useful information. It was very jam-packed with information, and I think you would definitely learn a lot for personal styling if you are an aspiring personal stylist or image consultant. You learn about that career path and job title in this module as well. So I really enjoyed this module. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get an email when that next video for module 3 goes up. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.